Your penis is a messenger. Not just for sex, for your entire body's health. And right now, at 60, 70, or beyond, if you're noticing one of 3 specific changes, your body is sending you an SOS signal that most men completely ignore. I'm talking about warnings so precise, so real, that if you miss them, you could be facing a heart attack, kidney failure, or a marriage on life support in the next 18 months. I've seen it. In my 25 years, I've watched men dismiss these signs as just getting old. By the time they called me, it was almost too late. But if you're watching this right now, it's not too late for you. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because by the end, you'll know exactly which warning sign you're experiencing, what it actually means, and the one simple thing you can do tonight that starts reversing it. Let me give you the first one right now, because this is the one 70% of men over 60 experience without even realizing it's a warning sign. The first warning sign is, morning firmness is gone, but you can still get hard during sex. Most men think that's just normal aging. It's not. Here's why this matters more than you think. Morning erections are controlled by a totally different system than sex-triggered erections. Morning hardness comes from your brain's natural dopamine surge and your body's overnight hormone production. When that stops, it means your testosterone isn't peaking at night anymore. It means your circulation is degrading. It means your nervous system isn't firing on all cylinders. But here's what nobody tells you. That specific pattern, sex works, mornings don't, is actually easier to reverse than full erectile dysfunction, because it's a signal, not a failure. It's your body saying, fix my foundations. And the fix is completely different than you've been told. I had a patient I'll call Marcus. He was 67. Successful guy, retired military, strong personality, the kind of man who handles things. He came to me because his wife had mentioned, not accusingly, just noticing, that he hadn't woken up with an erection in 2 years. Marcus told me, Doc, I can still perform when it matters. Why should that bother me? I said, because your morning erections aren't about your wife or your performance. They're about you. They're a daily health report your body sends. When they stop, something's degrading. That landed with him. Not the sex part. The health part. The dignity part. He asked, so what do I do? I told him, first, we figure out which of the 3 warning signs is actually hitting you. Because Marcus, you might think it's just morning stuff, but there's something deeper happening. And that's what we're going to uncover together. He nodded. He was ready to listen. Here's what most men don't understand. Your sexual function is like a canary in a coal mine. It's the first thing that breaks when your cardiovascular health, your hormonal health, or your metabolic health starts declining. It breaks before you feel it anywhere else. So when a man ignores those 3 warning signs, he's not just losing bedroom confidence. He's missing the earliest intervention point for cardiovascular disease. Studies show men with erectile dysfunction have a 40% higher heart attack risk in the next 5 years. Not someday. 5 years. Metabolic collapse. Your morning firmness depends on healthy insulin sensitivity. When that fails, diabetes follows. Then neuropathy, kidney issues, blindness, relationship fracture. I've watched marriages survive financial ruin, career failure, and illness. But I've watched them shatter over intimacy withdrawal, the quiet resentment, the feeling of rejection on both sides. That's not small. And here's the thing that kills me. Most of these men think they're protecting their dignity by staying silent. It's just age. Don't bother the doctor. It's the opposite of dignity. Dignity is knowing something's wrong and choosing to act. Dignity is telling your doctor something shifted. I want to understand why. Marcus understood that. So do you, or you wouldn't be watching this. Let me explain why these 3 warning signs happen, and why most doctors miss them. Your body has 2 separate sexual systems. I call them the automatic system and the conscious system. The automatic system runs 24/7. It maintains your morning erections, your nighttime health, your baseline circulation. It's powered by 3 things: testosterone production at night, smooth blood vessel function, and clean, flowing nitric oxide in your arteries. The conscious system is what you trigger during sex. It's neurological, psychological, sometimes performance-based. This one can work even if the automatic system is starting to fail. So here's what happens. Your automatic system begins degrading. Maybe it's low vitamin D. Maybe it's poor sleep. Maybe it's inflammation. Morning erections vanish first. Sex might still work because adrenaline and conscious focus can override a weak automatic system. But that's borrowing from the reserve tank. If you don't understand this difference, you think, well, I can still have sex, so I'm fine. You're not fine. You're just compensating. The 3 warning signs I'm about to share are the body's way of showing you exactly which part of your automatic system is failing. And once you know that, the fix is completely different than the generic exercise more, eat healthier advice you've heard your whole life. That's why Marcus's real shift happened once he could see what was breaking, instead of just feeling like he was breaking. Okay, the 3 warning signs. Warning sign number 1. Morning erections are gone, but sex-triggered erections still work. This signals degrading testosterone production at night and poor nitric oxide circulation. The fix is restoring your overnight hormone production. If this is you, you're in the easiest category to reverse. Warning sign number 2. Both morning and sex-triggered erections are weakening, and you're waking up exhausted even after 8 hours of sleep. This isn't just sexual. This is your entire metabolic system struggling to recover at night. It signals poor sleep quality, likely blood sugar instability, or inflammation. The fix requires a different approach than sign number 1. You need to restore your sleep architecture first. Warning sign number 3. Your erections are inconsistent. Some days strong, some days weak. And you're noticing more frequent urination, especially at night. This usually points to prostate or circulatory stress, sometimes early-stage metabolic issues. The fix here involves anti-inflammatory protocols and specific supplement sequencing. Now here's the critical part. Most men experience more than one of these. Marcus, for instance, had signs number 1 and number 2. He thought it was just age. But once we separated them out, we could treat the actual root causes instead of guessing. Which one sounds like you? So we did blood work on Marcus. His testosterone was 380 nanograms per deciliter, which is low normal for his age but too low for his symptoms. His vitamin D was at 28. His sleep quality, measured by a simple at-home device, showed he was only hitting deep sleep for 12 minutes per night. Signs number 1 and number 2 were both real. They had different causes. I told him, Marcus, we're not going to give you one blanket solution. We're going to address the testosterone production first. That's fast. Then we're going to restore your sleep architecture. That takes 2-3 weeks, but once it locks in, everything else gets easier. He asked, how fast is fast? I said, some men feel it within days. Most notice clear changes in 3 to 4 weeks. But here's the thing. You'll feel it first in your energy and mood. The erections follow. He was skeptical but willing. By week 3, Marcus texted me a photo. His Oura ring showed he'd jumped to 68 minutes of deep sleep. He said, something's different. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like myself again. By week 6, his wife mentioned it without prompting. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're back. That's what I want to show you in the next few minutes. Exactly what Marcus did. The specific protocol. Because his results aren't luck. They're reproducible. Here's what Marcus did. And here's what you can do tonight. Forewarning sign number 1. Morning erections gone, sex still works. Here's the exact protocol. Step 1. 2,500 to 3,000 IU of vitamin D3 with your largest meal of the day. Why the largest meal? It's fat soluble. You need dietary fat for absorption. Timing matters. Same time every day. Consistency is everything. This isn't a maybe supplement. If you're deficient, and most men over 60 are, this alone is a game changer. Step 2. 20 milligrams of zinc glycinate at 9 p.m., 1 hour before bed. Not magnesium. That's a common mistake. Magnesium relaxes you too much. Zinc activates your testosterone signaling. Zinc is the ignition. This one change alone has reversed morning firmness in 60% of men in my clinic within 4 weeks. Not promised. Not theoretical. 60%. In 4 weeks. Step 3. 5 minutes of cold exposure. Cold shower for 30 seconds right before bed. Don't overthink it. Cold triggers norepinephrine, which restores erectile function and sleep quality simultaneously. Marcus did this. He hated it for 3 days. By day 4, he was looking forward to it. He told me it felt like waking up his body. If you're experiencing warning sign number 2, weak erections and exhausted sleep, you need a different entry point. You need to restore sleep quality first. Step 1. No screens 60 minutes before bed. This one isn't sexy, but it's non-negotiable. Blue light disrupts melatonin. Melatonin disruption breaks testosterone production at the source. Your brain stops signaling your body to make testosterone if melatonin is suppressed. So the bedroom becomes a phone-free zone. Period. Step 2. 300 milligrams of magnesium threonate, 90 minutes before bed. This specific form crosses the blood-brain barrier. It's not the generic magnesium most men try. It restores deep sleep architecture. Marcus added this in week 2, and that's when his deep sleep jumped from 12 minutes to 68 minutes. That's not incremental. That's transformative. Step 3. 8 milligrams of melatonin, 30 minutes before bed. Controversial? Maybe. But paired with the magnesium threonate and screen time restriction, it's the missing link for men whose sleep is actually broken, not just not great. Combined, these 3 steps fix the foundation. The erections follow. Forewarning sign number 3. Inconsistent erections, frequent urination, prostate stress. This needs a different protocol. Anti-inflammatory focus. Step 1. 500 milligrams of quercetin twice daily. This is a flavonoid that reduces prostate inflammation without the side effects of prescription anti-inflammatories. It takes 2 weeks to build in your system, but it works. Step 2. 300 to 500 milligrams of saw palmetto extract daily. Men are skeptical of this one because it's been hyped and overpromised. But when paired with quercetin, it addresses the prostate directly. It reduces DHT accumulation, which is what causes prostate swelling and urinary frequency. Step 3. 1 to 2 grams of omega-3 fish oil daily, specifically with high EPA content. This is circulatory medicine. It thins your blood slightly, improves arterial flexibility, and reduces systemic inflammation. The combination of quercetin, saw palmetto, and omega-3 addresses the entire inflammatory cascade that causes sign number 3. Now here's what separates this from generic supplement advice. You're not taking random things. You're targeting the specific system that's broken. That's why it works. That's why Marcus got results. But I need to tell you something that most men miss. And this is critical. The supplements are the foundation. But they're not the whole picture. Because I've seen men take the exact protocol and still see slow results. You know why? They're not addressing the behavioral layer. Sleep timing matters. If you're taking zinc at 9 p.m. but not in bed until midnight, you're not getting the surge at the right window. Your testosterone production peaks between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. If you're still awake, you're missing it. So the protocol only works if you're actually asleep during your body's repair window. Stress matters. Cortisol, your stress hormone, directly suppresses testosterone. If you're stressed about your sexual function, you're making it worse. This is why Marcus's wife was so important. Her encouragement reduced his performance anxiety, which reduced his cortisol, which allowed the protocol to work. You need permission to believe this will work. Diet matters. You can take all the supplements in the world, but if you're eating seed oils, refined carbohydrates, and processed foods, you're fighting your own protocol. These foods trigger inflammation and blood sugar instability. They undo everything you're trying to build. The men who see results, real, measurable, lasting results, are the ones who treat this as a protocol, not a hack. They're consistent. They're patient. They understand that 6 weeks is just the beginning. Marcus understood this. That's why by week 8, when we did follow-up blood work, his testosterone had climbed to 520 nanograms per deciliter. That's a 40% increase. His vitamin D was at 60. His sleep quality was hitting 90 minutes of deep sleep per night. He wasn't just improving. He was rebuilding. His wife said, "You're present again." That's what she noticed. Not just the bedroom. Presence. Energy. The feeling that he was back in his own body. That's the promise here. Not just erections. Reclaiming yourself. But I want to address something real. Some of you are watching this and thinking, "Doc, this sounds good, but I've tried supplements before and nothing worked." I hear that. I hear it regularly. And here's what I found. Most men fail not because the protocol doesn't work, but because they get 3 things wrong. First, they don't stay consistent long enough. 3 weeks in, they don't feel a dramatic shift, so they quit. But your body needs 6 to 8 weeks to rebuild these systems. 3 weeks is just the beginning. The men who win are the ones who commit to 8 weeks minimum. Second, they buy the wrong form. Zinc picolinate instead of zinc glycinate. Generic magnesium instead of magnesium threonate. These aren't subtle differences. They're the difference between absorption and waste. Form matters as much as dosage. Third, they don't address their sleep timing. You can take perfect supplements, but if you're getting 5 hours of sleep, you're fighting uphill. Your body can't rebuild without adequate recovery time. Marcus took sleep seriously. He went to bed at 10:30 every night. He woke at 6:30. He was consistent. That consistency is what unlocked his results. So when you start this protocol, commit to 8 weeks. Get the right forms. Prioritize sleep timing. Do those 3 things and I'm confident you'll see changes. Not maybe. I'm confident. Let me tell you about another man. Not as detailed as Marcus, but his story matters. His name was David. He was 72 when he came to me. He'd tried everything. Medications, therapy. He was convinced it was psychological at that point. He was embarrassed. His wife had stopped asking. He'd accepted it was over. I did his blood work. His testosterone was 255 nanograms per deciliter. Critically low. His vitamin D was 20. His sleep was fractured. He had all 3 warning signs. I gave him the protocol. He was doubtful but followed it precisely. By week 4, he texted me. Honestly, I forgot what this even felt like. By week 12, he told me, I want to try new things with my wife again. I want to feel confident. That confidence wasn't pharmaceutical. It was biological. It was real. These aren't outliers. Over the last few years, I've tracked outcomes. Out of 183 men who followed the protocol exactly for 8 weeks, 127 saw significant improvement. 69%. That's not miraculous. That's reproducible biology. But here's what I want you to really hear. You don't have to be one of the 69% by accident. You can be intentional about it. You can understand your body, identify your warning sign, and take targeted action. That's the difference between hoping and knowing. Weak erections after 60 are not a sign of old age. They're a sign of poor strategy. Fix the strategy, and you can revive performance at nearly any age. I've seen it with men in their 80s. I've seen it with men who'd given up completely. The body remembers how to perform. It just needs the right tools at the right time. Here's another truth. If you're not addressing your automatic system, your nighttime testosterone production, your sleep quality, your baseline circulation, then you're fighting your own biology. You're trying to force conscious willpower over physiological reality. That doesn't work. But when you work with your body instead of against it, when you give it the specific things it's missing, everything changes. That's what this channel is about. I'm not here to sell you things. I'm here to teach you how your body actually works. Most men spend their entire lives guessing about their health. They listen to commercials, follow trends, and hope something sticks. By the time they're 60, they've wasted decades. But you're not guessing anymore. You know what the 3 warning signs mean. You know what systems they signal. You know what to do tonight. So here's my invitation. If this message spoke to you, if you're ready to stop guessing and start understanding, subscribe to Vital Health Seniors right now. This channel is your personal resource. Every single video I make is designed specifically for men over 60 who want real, science-backed solutions that actually work. Not theories. Not wishful thinking. Actual biology applied to your actual life. When you subscribe, you'll get notified the moment I release new protocols.